Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Robots Are Coming. And I wanted to keep it short today. I posted something this week on Facebook, a little article, not really even an article, two different pages. One of them was looking at jobs, and it was looking at jobs from a certain decade. I'm trying to pull that up right now. So, because the BLS Bureau of Labor Statistics looks at percent changes by usually it's a decade. I had one here. I found something that 10 fastest growing occupations from 2000 to 2010 in percent change. So the highest was computer engineers, computer software engineers for applications, computer support specialists. I'm not sure how accurate these are. These numbers reflect a 100% change. Now, couple of these jobs, medical assistants, personal and home care aides, database administrators, desktop publishers, these were all expected to change as well. 57%, 60%, 62% change from 2000 to 2010. And then if you look at what it was for this next coming decade, so from 2000 to 2010, just mentioned those, then from 2014 to 2024, it kind of shifted a lot. The number one job with the highest growth rate, wind turbine service technicians at 108%. Wow. From 2014 to 2024. With the 2016 median pay of $52,260 per year, median. But that wasn't even the highest paid job. And it's interesting to look at what the fastest growing job is, or what the highest percent change is in a decade, and what the median pay is in that particular year. And hey, maybe median pay changes in this particular chart that I have. This is just measuring median pay in 2016. But the highest paying job in this chart is optometrists. 106,140 per year. That's a median pay for 2016, and it still has a 27% job growth rate. But just look at the difference between this and the previous list, just in a short time span, 2000 to 2010. Now we're 2014 to 2024. Look at the top four biggest percent change and growth rate. The percent change. Wind turbine technicians, occupational therapy assistants, PT assistants, physical therapist aides, which I used to be, home health aides, commercial drivers, commercial divers, nurse practitioners, a lot of healthcare based. I'll tell you what you don't see there. Not a lot of these computer programmers. In just a few short years, look what changed. It took almost, 100 years for agriculture to completely change. In 1900, 41% of the U.S. workforce was employed in agriculture. And then by the year 2000, that share had fallen to 2%. This is all according to a great little paper in the Journal of Economic Perspectives by David H. Autor, A-U-T-O-R. It's titled, Why Are There Still So Many Jobs? The History and Future of Workplace Automation. I'd like to cover a little more from this article as well. Not today. I'd like to keep this short. But just say, if it's not robots and technology changing our job, it's something else. It's just with the times. Things just seem like they're accelerating. But it's not necessarily because of technology. I mean, take a look at nurses, for example. Nursing jobs have exploded as well in some areas, higher than others. We take a look right now at the states, top 5 states in most need of nurses. This is according to FastAF. This was published in 2015, so I'm sure there's better data out there now, and I got to do a better job of that. But the states, the most need of nurses, number 1, California, need about 300, according to this article, need about 300,000 nurses by the year 2017. Number 2, Florida. Number 3, New York. Number 4, Ohio. Number 5, North Carolina. Now, kind of what I did with the wind service turbine technicians, take a look at another article from nurse.org saying that the states with the highest median RN salary. Now, this is just RNs. There are different nurses distinctions. So there's RNs, there's LPNs, there's PNs. Nurses work in different departments. Nurses' aides, do you group them in there? So it's kind of tough to compare here because we don't know what specific nursing job we're comparing here. Because RNs, there's different distinctions. But the number 1 state actually for that has the highest median RN salary, according to nurse.org, is California, actually. Okay, so California, fastest growing nursing jobs, right? According to the other article. And the highest median RN salary. But then you go down the list. Number 2, Hawaii. Number 3, Oregon. Number 4, Alaska. Number 5, Massachusetts. Number 6, Nevada, if you wanted to know. So I just find it interesting how sometimes fastest growing doesn't necessarily mean highest paying. And how fast things change from just 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Facebook, Twitter, Google. These things are still big today, but back then, you were a computer programmer? Oh, yeah. That's what you want to do. I mean, according to this data, not as high of a demand as it once was. Why is that? I mean, how is that just due to technology, or is that due to other things? Is that due to laws, government? It's not just because this is titled "The Robots Are Coming" doesn't mean. I mean, it's more just to say that things are changing. And we got to take a look. Where are the jobs going? Who's going to fill those jobs? What what are we going to have kids do when they graduate college with a nursing degree and they want to go to these hot cities, go live in the city, very most in demand places to live, New York City, California, Chicago. But the market seems saturated unless you're I mean, California, according to the data that I have from the website, most in demand for nurses. But what if you can't find a job there? You got to go to Alaska. You want to do that? Great state. I've never been there, but just keep that in mind. Things are changing, number one. Number two, it might not always be due to technology. We got to keep looking. We got to keep digging. Thank you very much, guys.